Welcome back, everyone. I'm JayborinoPlays, and this is Starcraft 2 Heart of the Swarm. We're heading into Supreme, which is very much like Diablo 3 in Starcraft. I don't have much of a gripe with it, though. I have a great time playing this mission. I think it's very fun. I do agree that Starcraft 2 should stick to its roots, but a one-off like this is still pretty fun, and I enjoy it quite a bit. And I think it's also necessary to show off a lot of Kerrigan's new abilities.
It is time. Confront the remaining pack leaders. Take what is theirs. Embrace the destiny of all Zerg.
The only thing I find kind of repetitive with the Diablo bleed over is it sticks with it's both in Warcraft and Diablo, is this idea of like, oh, there's all this ancient stuff and it's way more powerful than you. And, you know, you can take the ancient power, or pretty much if it's old in Blizzard's eyes, if it's ancient, then it's way more powerful than you every time, in every case, all the time. And it's in every single one of their franchises, and this is the first time I think it's finally bleeding into StarCraft, unfortunately. But it does sync up well with the fact that the Primal Zerg, you kill another Zerg and you get its powers. That kind of makes sense.
You must know your enemies. Yadra, a worm whose acid burns like fire. Kraith, immense and consumed by hatred. Slevin, the Eternal Mother, hollow and destructive. Kill them, and you will command the whole of the Zerg. Each has sent most of its pack against your swarm, leaving themselves vulnerable.
Zagara, defend the Leviathan. I will deal with the pack leaders myself.
Alrighty, so we have new Queen of Blades Kerrigan, but not super bitchy Queen of Blades Kerrigan, just awesome Queen of Blades Kerrigan. We're going to let Abathur describe our new abilities for us.
My queen, new form, powerful, can leap through air, strike foes, heavy damage.
Leaping Strike is a great ability, but it's really only that good in very specific missions, not those big macro missions, because it decreases your attack range and requires you to get right in the middle of enemies, which doesn't work in those giant macro missions against Terran specifically.
No time.
New offensive ability, Psionic Shift. Dash quickly, destroy creatures within path.
Pretty much everything I said about Leaping Strike applies to Psionic Shift 2. Really, really good ability, but does not work that well against Terran, against giant groups of Terran. You will die so fast if you try.
This relic, Zelnaga origin, houses genetic information. Important, must collect.
Alrighty. Well, we did. Calm down, Abathur.
Roaches help. They fight Yadra's brood.
Alright, so Dahaka gives us some Primal Zerg to have this mission.
New form can twist essence, mend wounds, heal nearby Zerg and self.
Mend is really, really good. It's such a toss-up between Mend and Wild Mutation for me. I mean, that and Spawn Banelings. Still have this cough, unfortunately. All three of those are very, very good. I prefer Wild Mutation, but I can understand why people would like any one of the three. They're just all so darn good. We're gonna head up here and get our second Zelnaga artifact.
No time.
It's worth noting Kerrigan can one-shot Zerglings. It's probably good information to have for later. I thought I'd be able to get all of them. Unfortunately, it did not. That's why Psionic Shift is great, but it's just not that good against Terran, in my opinion. Alrighty, so let's keep going. Now, don't worry about the roaches. One, they're not feral, they're primal. So they don't have all the cool upgrades that you have. Otherwise, I'm going to leap over and then Psionic Shift through them all to make sure I get most of them. There we go. So we don't have debilitating saliva on the roaches, unfortunately, that kind of stuff. So Psionic Shift, let the roaches deal with that Ultralisk. And then two, you get them back. If they die, you get them right back anyway, right before the boss. I think maybe in the third boss you don't get your Ultralisk back if it dies, but other than that, I'm pretty sure you get everything back. So, for example, if all 4 of these roaches died, we would have gotten 6 come out of that cave. We would have gotten them all back. So, on the bosses, don't worry too much about these units. Let them die. They honestly, they add some damage, but trying to micro them actually takes up more time than anything else.
leader of the Broken Pack? No.
Is that fear, Yagdra? You do know you never had a chance, right?
Smackdown by Big Kerrigan.
Change means nothing. I will melt the flesh from your bones.
Alright, so this is a Don't Stand in the Fire, which, if you played World of Warcraft, you should be very familiar with. That's pretty much it. Now, well, not really.
Laying eggs. Destroy them.
I take it back. Destroying the eggs is actually a really big part of this, especially the big eggs. The big eggs are Ultralisk eggs, so you want to not let those hatch. Okay, and then let's mend, just to keep these roaches up. Turn and fight these. Alright, now Kerrigan, where are you, Kerrigan? Jesus Christ. You can psionic shift through those. I'm just gonna fuck the roaches. It's honestly, it's more trouble than it's worth to keep them alive. Okay, psionic shift through the small. Oh, they're still alive. Let's mend. And then Leap and Strike is really good against bosses because as the fight goes on, they use their abilities much faster. Meaning you need to deal damage to the boss as fast as possible before it goes into its next phase. So like in that case, he instantly went underground so fast. I wouldn't worry too much about the Zerglings. They're probably going to die to his fireballs anyway, and they just don't do enough damage to be an issue. So let's Psionic Shift and kill all that. So Leaping Strike does the damage of what is basically 3 auto attacks. So that's why you want to use that, because it's the most burst damage that you have. And see, he's going to go underground really fast. Phase shift through those. It's hard getting the right angle to get all of those, but it's not that big of a deal. Let's see. And none of those are really aligned to the point of me being able to get all of them, but really it's about patience. Don't get greedy. I mean, this guy doesn't let you get greedy because he goes underground and moves, but don't let the eggs stack up. As you can see, he's killing his own stuff. I'll use this opportunity to mend. Stand ready to kill the Hydralisk. Just don't let the Ultralisk eggs hatch. Those will be a problem. Alright, he's going to go underground like immediately because he's below like 25% health, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have much time. Alright, good. And I'm jumping on him. As you can see, it makes his health go down pretty noticeable. I'm making an assumption here, but I think it ignores armor when you use abilities like that. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's considered like a physical attack or what. Alright, leap on that. Kill it. There we go. He's almost dead. I need to kill this Hydralisk, honestly. I'll mend. Leap on this asshole. Her energy comes back so fast. It's incredible. So if it seems like you're not going to have an ability up, just wait, and you probably will. It's incredible. Shit, I don't have energy. See, that was a perfect instant. Jump! Jump! Why are you not... Jump! Jesus Christ, what was that about? Mend. Why was she not... I don't understand what just happened there, but... Alright, Psionic Shift. I'm just going to blame my mouse. I can only assume it has to do with the mouse. Alright, get up and jump on him. He's dead. There we go. A little sloppy, very sloppy. I could have saved some of the roaches. They help this go a little faster if you micro them really efficiently, and I clearly didn't. They were absorbing our super awesome, powerful ancient essence. What a dream. Alright, so we're done with that. We're going to get all of our units back and some extras from Dahaka, so that's why it doesn't matter if you lose them. This next boss especially, it's very hard to keep your units alive.
More of my pack. Primal Hydralisks.
I'm going to just go ahead and auto-attack.
Destroy the eggs before they hatch.
And I'm going to use Kerrigan to focus on the big eggs. And I'll use my other units to just kill that shit up there. Shift out. And jump and kill it. And we'll come back and support our units up here. Give them a mend. And then phase shift through. Kill all those Zerglings that are giving them so much trouble. Run away. Keep mending. Mending's just so good, and it does heal over time, too. The Zerglings aren't an issue. It's really the Hydralisks. I mean, another option here is just, you could just leave. Like, you could just run past all this stuff, and they wouldn't bother you at all, so. Alright, turn and fight. There we go. Good, got him. So this next part. Recommendation, just run. Don't fight, because I'm pretty sure the enemies come either limitless or close to limitless, and even if they don't, there's so many, it's really challenging to deal with. Just run. And we'll get these Dahaka units back anyway, so just auto-attack with your other units, and then take Kerrigan, and we're going to come up and get the come up and get the Xel'Naga artifact. So we're going to Sonic Shift. We're just going to walk and pick this up. Then we're going to leap out. And then we're just going to run. Now, all these units will just chase me. They will chase me across the whole map. So that's why you just go. Just use Sonic Shift, use Leap, just use these abilities as they're up, and then your energy recharges so fast that it doesn't matter. Shift through these. Let's Leap, and let's Shift, and just run. That's the Haka's units. They might die. Some might die. It doesn't matter. We're just running. There we go. And we're in the boss, and it despawns all those units that were chasing us.
I feel your strength. You will be worth killing. Worth the blood.
Worth the blood. All right, let's avoid this. More of this. Just avoid his shit. And I'm just gonna auto attack with my units. I'll use Mend. And I'll have them do as much damage as they can, but this move right here causes all these Zerglings to spawn, and it's really hard to keep your units alive through that because there's just so much stuff. Okay, so the key with this is with Kerrigan, run in a circle, and then just kill all the Zerglings that way. Just kind of group them up and then phase shift through them, and they die. I don't know why I just used Men there, that was an accident. Alright, so just let some of the Zerglings that survive keep attacking you, then group them up, murder most, if not all of them, and then use Leaping Strike on him, because again, it's the burst damage, and he's gonna do that very fast. I actually got trapped there, so I had to Psionic Shift out. Burst through that. Oh, he's doing that. We can leap out of it. And just attack him at times like this. He's not doing anything. You can get 2 to 3 auto attacks in. Situations like this, though, is don't ever stop moving. There we go. We got all. Oh, I thought we got all of them. I think I missed the leap there. But don't let the Zerglings clump up, because I don't think there's a limit to how many can be on the screen. So you have to be very careful. I'll go ahead and Mend here. Use that as an opportunity. If it's a relatively easy period, use Mend. Him hitting you with that charge isn't that big of a deal. It stuns you for a moment, but it's really not a big deal at all. Murder them. He can actually kill his own Zerglings if you draw them into his charging path. Again, just don't get greedy. Just don't get greedy, and you'll be okay. Because if you think that you can get an extra 2 to 3 auto attacks in, just don't. It's not worth it. Well, that was a perfect instance where I sat there and I just took that on the chin, and I didn't have to. Let's leap, and then I'll Mend again. Go in a circle. Psionic Shift will be back up. There we go. I'm gonna just let that Zergling attack me. Oh, I'm stuck. Let's let him clump up a little bit more and get as many as I can. Let's leap on him and then Psionic Shift away so we don't get hit by that. We just gotta wait. Gotta wait for my energy to come back. Let him charge. And then we'll use Psionic Shift once these guys are clumped up some more, like now. Again, we're getting most, if not all, the Zerglings. Actually, I don't think there's been an instance where I've gotten all. So I don't know why I keep saying that. See, that seemed like an instance where I should have gotten maybe all of them. I don't know. But I'm using Leaping Strike again just to burn him down. Mend. Just always use abilities. Your energy recharges so quickly. Just don't put yourself in a situation where if you didn't have energy, you couldn't get out. That's key. Because that can happen. Because you can die so quickly that if you don't have energy, then you're going to be fucked. But let's jump on him. That can kill the Zerglings. It's hard to loop them into it, though. Mend. Just trying to stay topped off again. If you're not using an ability, you might as well Mend. You're going to get the energy back anyway. Let's Leaping Strike. And this, I'm going to get hit by him. See, it just knocks you back a little bit. That's not a big deal. It does set you up to get trapped by Zerglings, though. I'm going to get hit again. Oh, maybe not. We could probably jump on him twice and kill him. There we go. Got him. It's hard to tell if Leaping Strike even works, because when you're close to an enemy, it doesn't do the leap. It just hits her with her claws for the attack, and it's hard to tell that it even happens. But we got him, no problem. Again, patience. Patience. The Master Achievement is to beat this in 12 minutes, I think. It might be a little more than that, but that's pretty fast.
They will break your enemies.
Dahaka, I really think that your pack is kind of more of a liability than anything else. They're really not that helpful. I'm just being honest, all right? So these Banelings, very easy to deal with because they don't blow up right away.
These ones explode when they sense you.
See, you have some time. So the key is you can Psionic Shift right through them, and it triggers them all to start blowing up. So with Kerrigan, as long as there's not like... As long as you're not completely surrounded by them, you'll probably survive. But you certainly can die. So let's head up here and get our last artifact.
Make your
I think,
peace.
yeah, Ravasars. These are the worst.
Ravasor fights with acid. Bring it down quickly.
So for me, I like to leap on these and then hit them 3 times and then they die. It's just, it conserves your energy, kind of. Well, in this case, I can do it twice. Not a big deal, but...
No time like the present.
Here we go. Let's leap, and then we just sit here and wait for our energy to come back. Leap.
Boldly.
Sit and wait for our energy to come back. Leap.
We are without limit.
Sit and wait for our energy to come back.
This world is
Leap.
mine.
All right, so we got our energy back.
Make your peace.
Or we got our... what am I saying? We did get our energy back, but we also got our Zelnaga artifact, and then we're going to fight our way through just a bunch more Banelings. I think it's just this group and then Banelings. So let's shift through and then jump on this asshole and kill him. Those things actually do a surprising amount of damage. So let's mend and then leap and then I don't know why I used shift there. I should have just leapt again. So I think you get all your units back except the Ultralisk. So I'm going to try to keep this Ultralisk alive until the boss. Now, all of these units will die on the boss anyway, so there's really not that much of a reason to try to keep them alive because they just die instantly on the boss, because the boss just non-stop summons Banelings. I assume most people watching this have played this and they know that. But yeah, that's pretty much how it works. If you aggro any of these Banelings, it aggroes the whole group, as you can see. Also, they don't blow up when you just kill them normally, which is kind of funny. There we go. Kerrigan can just tank those. Not a big issue. I'm gonna go around the edge here and kill these Ravasors, because they will do a lot of damage to me as I try to walk by. There we go. God, I wish this cough. I wish I could just get over this cough. It's such an issue for me, but I'm really behind on recordings. I'm recording like day to day, which rarely happens to me. And if something happens and I'm, not at home or I have to stay late at work, then I won't have a recording. Hasn't happened yet, but that's why I gotta try to get a little ahead. I like to have at least 2 to 3 extra videos ahead of where I am. I really wanted the Banelings to kill that Ultralisk. Let's just murder these. There we go. And they're all going to kill themselves. Thank you. And just get rid of the Ravasars, because they are the worst. Oh, there's another one. Did this respawn? Or did I just not kill it in the first place? Oh, I didn't know that. You didn't target that Ravasar, and it still did the damage. So as long as you're somewhat close to it, it counts. It's pretty nice. So I'm just saving my units, basically, at this point. Mostly just the Ultralisk. I want to make sure that the Ultralisk will live. There we go. Because he will help, even if he gets 2 or 3 hits on the boss, that's better than nothing, right? Is that everything? We've just got some Zerglings. I think we actually have a large group of stuff up here. That's an Ultralisk, just kind of came out of nowhere. And just do a double leaping strike and he's dead. We'll come on over and use Mend, just to make sure the Ultralisk is kind of healed up, because the lower he gets, the less help he'll be in the boss. Which still won't be that much, so I don't know why I'm so focused on this. Alright, move up. My mouse is still giving me some problems. Sometimes I swear I have things selected, and then it just doesn't work. Goddamn Ravasar in the back is giving me problems. Alright, kill the Ravasar first and foremost. It does a lot of damage. Mend. Alright, I'm just going to spam Mend before going into the final boss. I don't know. Did we lose any units? I'm sure we did. And any that we did lose, other than this Ultralisk apparently, if it was dead, would spawn right up here.
My pack joins you.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is right at the beginning of this, I'm going to try to kill a bunch of Banelings to get some space for my other units, and then have them focus on Sliven. And they might get like 5 to 6 seconds of solid attacking on her, which would be huge. And then then they're all gonna die right away. They're gonna die right away, period. And then Kerrigan will patiently kill her herself.
Welcome to your demise.
Calm down. Welcome. I kind of like the other guy better, because he had some of the weirdest lines. Okay, now everybody just attack her. I'm trying to make space for them. Yeah, see, there's my Ultralisk. He's trying. He wants to get in there, but he can't. I'm trying to clear these Banelings out, but there's not much of a purpose to doing that. Oh, no. Oh, that's bad. Oh my word. I'm alive. There's an instance where I overcommitted. I overcommitted and got into a position where I didn't have enough energy to get out. Well, I mean, I did, but it was barely, you know? So now I just have to be a little safer. These Ravasar is actually a big problem. A lot of Banelings here. Let's just burst through them. They're all going to kill themselves. Most of them will, at least. These Acid Clouds, they do it's not a lot of damage, but what they mostly do is slow you down. So, I mean, you can leap out of them and stuff, so walk through them when you know that you're safe, but otherwise, I wouldn't risk it. I'm going to leap and then Psionic Shift out. That's actually going to kill a lot of the Banelings, too. The Banelings do kill the Ravasars, and as long as you keep moving, the Ravasars can't quite hit you. Which is rare for units that Blizzard makes, is units like whose attacks you can dodge. I actually like that that's an option. But especially when you have boss battles, that usually, like, that has to be an option, right? Unfortunately, the Banelings don't kill her, but that makes sense because she is spawning them. Mend. Okay, I have full energy, so let's leap and shift out. Leap, shift out is probably the combo that I want to use most, because the leap is going to do a lot of damage to her, and then the shift out will clear out the Baneling count. And I think the Banelings, like, it's non-stop spawning, so it's not like you can avoid... Like, if you're like, oh, well, I'll just let them spawn to the max, and then she'll stop. I don't think she stops. I think it's non-stop, so... Alright, yeah, Banelings, kill that Ravasar for me. Perfect. I'm gonna get this one, get this out of my way. I hate those Ravasars, actually. They do a lot of damage, a surprising amount of damage. There we go. I kind of find this a little easier, because it's a little more predictable, actually. As long as you save up for 100, you leap, phase shift out, and that's it. Leap, phase shift out, and you'll pretty much have no problem, except when I got trapped because I didn't anticipate having enough energy. Alright, so we're coming up on last boss here, who is kind of a clone of Belial from Diablo 3. It's the very same setup of the boss.
It is time.
Servant.
The pack leaders are slain. Their packs join your swarm. And here you stand, complete. You are Zerg. Your essence overflows with power. I thirst. You will feed my evolution, the first in millennia.
Surf, we gotta get some braces with rubber bands, man. They gotta fix that underbite.
I wondered when you would make your move.
No allegiance but to self. Kill or be killed. You know this.
Of course.
One will be consumed and become something greater than either. This is the heritage of the Zerg.
Here we go. I'm going to move a Hydralisk up here and just kind of keep him up there. Everyone else, took that run right on the chin, is move around, use Mend, and I'm going to save her energy for Mend and for when he spawns units. Big key. Big key. Do not ignore the spawned units. Do not. If you do, you are in trouble, alright? So here, just phase shift the crap out of these.
This is the destiny of all primates.
So here, this fight, your spawn units are actually really helpful. Let's use Mend. The spawn units are actually quite annoying, in my opinion. They're actually really challenging to deal with, especially because there's a group that's like... it's like 2 Ravasars and then this one, yeah. I hate this group of units. It's really terrible. At this point, you just focus on killing these. They're really nasty. My Ultralisk is still alive. I'm just going to stick with it. Just do all the damage you can. Jump. Right now, we're going to phase shift through these and get rid of these. My Ultralisk is dead again. Don't ignore these units, because he will keep spawning them. He's going to... I wouldn't count it in Enrage, but he's going to go into phase 2, basically. Where what it's gonna do is he's gonna kind of come up out of that middle area, but he'll stop spawning units, and the fight is basically over. Because it's very easy to avoid his attacks at that point. That hero Hydralisk is gonna die in this phase, but that Hydralisk has really done its job. Let me tell you. All right, obviously don't stand in those. Jesus Christ, that is so loud. I apologize. I should have turned my game volume down. That is so incredibly loud. Alright, just leap on him. Like, if you can't avoid this, this is very, very easy. I'll just say that. Oh my god, that's so loud. Right. Hurry up and kill him so this ends. There we go, he's dead. His death animation is so ridiculous, though I love it. Kerrigan just, like, shoots his face off. Good Christ, that is so loud. I apologize. I should have turned that down. Alright, mission over. We did it. Supreme complete. Not too bad. Obviously sloppy in some places, but we did it.
Xeris is mine. Isha, prepare the Leviathan. It's time the swarm returned to the Kapru sector.
Oh yeah. So now we've got all of the Primal Zerg under our power, which is funny because you rarely see them anymore. Like, there's one time when Dahaka helps you, and then, like, the very last mission where, again, Dahaka comes with more Primal Zerg, but unless you get the Kerrigan skill to call down the Primal Drop Pods, you don't really ever see them anymore. So I don't know. I don't get it, but it's fine. Kerrigan's lowest life amount 54, I think it's like below 100, so we clearly didn't get that. That was probably when all those Banelings blew up all over my face. Kill 300 enemy units, obviously got that one. The Master achievement is to complete this in like 12 minutes or something absurd like that. Obviously didn't get that. Definitely doable on hard, though. I've done it before, so it must certainly be possible. So we'll go back to the Leviathan, we'll talk to people. I think we'll probably have our evolution mission up, our Hydralisk evolution. I've been waiting for that one. I really, really like that.
My queen, I have been contacted by Kalisa, a brood mother. She has heard of your accomplishments and wishes to return her brood to the swarm. Her brood is small in number, but it has strong Leviathans.
Kalisa, hear me. The planet Mistef 4 is a hub of Dominion military production. Take your brood there and destroy it. Do that, and you will earn your place within the swarm.
It shall be as you say, my queen.
Well, that was easy.
My queen, your transformation has altered your abilities. If you wish, you can review the changes within your chamber.
Alright, let's talk to people, then we'll go check it out.
Did you know the Ancient One would turn on me?
Your essence, it called him.
And you didn't try to warn me.
He was Zerg. You are Zerg. One dies, and one grows strong. You know.
I think I'm starting to understand you, Dahaka.
You know. He should have given her like a wink, like, you know how it is, Kerrigan.
It is a good sign that some of your brood mothers are returning to the fold.
I wonder why they are willing to give up their independence.
Perhaps not all of them wish to rule the swarm.
And perhaps they know there is safety in numbers.
Why not both? Alright, let's check out our new abilities. We're gonna get so many.
The essence of the primal pack leaders has awakened a new column and many abilities. As new tiers of abilities continue to awaken, you will gain abilities in this third column as well.
Alrighty, let's start from the bottom and go up. Leaping Strike, I kind of already explained. Jeez, oh man, why I'm not going to take that. Heroic Fortitude I think I would take if I was going like a Psionic Shift build, because it requires you to get right up in their face, but Kerrigan just gets burned down so fast if you get in there to do something like that. I'm going to stick with Crush and Grip and Kinetic Blast, because I think those are the best supporting for my Q and W abilities. They're best to support my big attacks as I try to push into enemy bases, because I can snipe siege tanks and I can lift very clumped up units, which is exactly what happens. I'm going to go ahead and shift to automated extractors. Obviously that will require me to be on top of overlords, which I'm poor at, and a lot of people are poor at, I understand, but automated extractors, it saves me 6, maybe even up to 12, maybe even more drones and supply that I don't have to put on extractors, which I think is huge. That's, you know, more supply going towards my army, and that's also more drones that I can put on minerals early that I don't have to worry about. Alright, Wild Mutation must stick with so good. Spawn Banelings and Men, both very, very, very good. But Wild Mutation I think is just the best for breaking into bases. Not even, just any situation. If you have a bunch of Zerglings, throw Wild Mutation on and they'll probably win whatever fight you're taking at that moment. Alright, this tier, I like all of these abilities. I think Malignant Creep is, without a doubt, has the best benefit. 30% increased attack speed on Creep is crazy good, but some of the missions move so quickly, it's hard to have Creep where you're attacking. So I think I'm going to go ahead and avoid that. And instead, I'm going to go for Twin Drones. I think Twin Drones and Vespene, they're both macro-related. I like both. So I don't think there's ever a time when I'm so short on Vespene that this would help that much. I'm just going to stick with the Twin Drones. It'll get my economy going so much faster. Alrighty, so that's that. Let's go talk to Abathur. Yep, there is an evolution mission, so we'll be doing that next time. Abathur.
There is no other creature like you in the swarm. Where did your essence come from?
The Overmind spun me from many species, a brood of one.
What did you do after the Overmind died?
Wandered the tunnels of Char, without purpose. Pharaoh, Queen of Blades, found me, made me Zerg again.
You aren't Zerg unless you're under someone's control.
Without overriding will, am beast. Less.
That kind of expounds on the whole hive mind thing of the swarm specifically. Alright, so that's that. This has been JayborinoPlays. Thanks so much for watching. When we come back, we'll be deciding between Impalers and Lurkers. See you next time. Bye.